Hey Warriors, happy Tuesday. It's Miss Lambert here with your daily lesson for today, which is June 2nd. We made it to the last week of school. We're in the home stretch with only a few days left. I'm so proud of you all for hanging in there and getting all of your work done and transitioning to this kind of different time. Today is Piute birthday. If everyone could say happy birthday to Tamaya, I hope you have a great birthday today. And on this day in 1924, President Calvin Coolidge signs the Indian Citizenship Act, which declares all Native Americans to be American citizens. Today's funny holiday is National Rocky Road Day, one of my favorite ice cream flavors. And today's quote is from Jackie Chan, who says, "Sometimes it takes only one act of kindness and caring to change a person's life." So if you want to think about that quote, and maybe you could share with Miss G and I an act of kindness that you have done for someone over the past few weeks, we would love to hear it. And so today's topic, like we've been talking about yesterday and this week, is about transitions and transitioning to next year. And so what we're going to learn about today is how to turn feelings of anxiousness into feelings of excitement. So here we go. Alrighty, Warriors. So here we are continuing on with our weekly theme of transitioning back to school for next year. So like I said, we're going to be talking about how to change anxious feelings into excited feelings. And we're going to learn about how to transition back to school and reframe some of our fears. So going back to school, it is completely normal and natural that you may have some anxiety or fears about going back to school. It is important to give consideration to these fears, but let's not stop there. Let's take those fears and flip them into excitement. It's easier than you think to turn an anxious feeling into an excited one. Think of a roller coaster. Imagine that feeling going up, up, up the climb. Your heart is pumping, your breath is quick and shallow. You see yourself getting further from the ground. So why did you get on the ride in the first place? Because you know that it will be fun. The anxiety of the climb and the adrenaline rush are a huge part of what makes it fun. The line between anxiety and excitement is very blurry. So let's talk about worrying. It is unhelpful to just say, "Don't worry." So instead, be intentional about how you let yourself worry. Allow yourself 15 minutes in the morning and 15 minutes in the evening to worry. Set a timer. After that, choose to let it go. If other worries come up during the day, put them aside until the next time you are allowed to worry. This boundary with yourself gives you a break from constant worrying. I bet you'll find that you don't even have 15 minutes worth of worries to think about. While you let yourself worry, consider these things as well. Ask yourself, is this worry productive? What is the effect of my worry? What about this situation can I control? What great opportunities can come from this experience? And what actions can I take to make this a positive experience? So we're looking about being productive, looking for opportunities, thinking what we can and can't control, and then some actions that we can take. You are done worrying. So now what? Language matters. Past experiences affect how we view and think about future experiences. The language we use to describe an experience directs the emotions we feel towards that experience. When we reframe how we view and speak about an experience, we change the emotions associated with that experience. So let's practice. Reframe. So think of this. The sentiment is, "I hate waking up early for school." The emotions are annoyed or agitated. If you reframe your thought to be, "I can't wait to have something to do with my mornings," the emotions become energized and eager. Or if you think, "I'm going to be so behind my grade level," the emotions are helpless and overwhelmed. But if you change your thought to be, we will all catch up together, then your emotions become hopeful and confident. We should not ignore our feelings. Here are 4 steps to process feelings. Step 1 is to notice the feeling. Acknowledge that you are experiencing a difficult feeling or that you don't quite feel like yourself. Step 2 is to name the feeling. Get specific and name what exactly you are feeling. This helps you to work through the feeling as well as disrupts the thought. Step 3 is to sit with the feeling. You feel this way for a reason, and that is okay. Validate the feeling and why it is here instead of trying to fix it. Step 4 is to let the feeling go. Once you have given time to that feeling, allow yourself to release it. Feelings are supposed to change. Need help naming your emotions? This wheel has a bunch of feeling words, and you can start by getting one that makes sense for you by looking at the small ring in the middle. There's a few feelings there, and then they branch out to get more and more specific as you go out. And you can find one that fits your mood, and naming it helps to create the first step of the process. To finish off this lesson, complete the worksheet to help you turn your anxieties into excitement. So we're going to go over the worksheet. Here are the references. And now I wanted to show the worksheet. So it's looking at how to process our feelings by identifying the feeling, sit with the feeling, and then letting it go. So we're going to try and reframe it as excitement. So let's identify our sources of anxiety, a way to cope with that feeling, and then reframe the anxious feeling into one of excitement. So here is the worksheet. It has 3 columns. It starts with the anxious thought, moves on to ways to cope, and then reframe as excitement. So I wanted to go over the example. The anxious thought is, I am worried that my friendships will be different when I finally get to see my friends again. That's a totally normal feeling to be having. So some ways to cope would be, I can journal about my feelings, I can talk to a trusted adult about these worries, and I can talk to a friend about my feelings. So some statements that you can remind yourself of to reframe this anxious thought to an excitement thought is, I can't wait to catch up with my friends after this time. Or, I'm excited to see those people who I trust to be my friends no matter how much time has passed. So think of a few more examples. Start with the anxious thought, then think of ways to cope, and then think of new ways to reframe the thought as an excitement feeling. Alrighty, Piute. So that is our lesson for today, and I will see you back next time.